Welcome to the NLP UK Training podcast. My name is Fraser, and with me today we have got the lovely Lorna Maskell. So welcome to the podcast, Lorna.
Thank you. Cheers, Callie.
So Lorna is kind of our behind the scenes person. So you've got Steve and I who do the training, but actually we could not do what we do without Lorna. She keeps us completely organized and does everything behind the scenes. So Lorna, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you do for NLP UK Training?
Yeah, okay. So when you, the customer, as it were, or you who is interested in an NLP training with us, you will either book a call with me, you'll fill in a form, a contact form asking for information, and your inquiries basically come through to me, and I will respond to you. And I will either give you a call back, or I'll send you information, or we'll literally talk on a telephone call or a Zoom call, if you like, about what the course is all about, what it can do for you, and yeah, I'll basically help you to understand what it is the course can do for you.
And you were the very first person that I spoke to all those years ago. I can very much remember that initial conversation that we had when I wanted to become practitioner. And then very rapidly, I think it was day 2 of my practitioner course, I phoned you up again and went, Lorna, book me on that Master Practitioner thing that Steve keeps talking about.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, once you're on, you know, it's slightly addictive, NLP. Once you're on board, you'll want to do more and more and more. It's quite exciting, and it's magic as well. I love the magicness of NLP.
It's so transformational, isn't it?
Yeah.
So someone is interested in an NLP practitioner course. When they contact you, what should they expect? Are they going to get that hard line sales pitch from you?
No. It's about you as the customer, as somebody who's interested in coming on board. There's a reason why you're looking into NLP in the first place. And that's what I want to find out. Why NLP? What's attracted you to this? What's your what's your desires from getting going on this course? What do you want to achieve out of it? Basically, I want to know about you. And that's what we'll talk about, basically, what you want to achieve and whether the course can help you to achieve that or not, and the specifics of how the course can help you to achieve that. I'm not a hard seller. If you tell me after our conversation that you'd like to go away and think about it, that's cool. And if you tell me that you can't afford it, that's also cool. But I'll be interested in keeping in contact with you. If you tell me the course is not for you, full stop, that's cool, you know. But I think this course is for everyone. To be honest with you. In fact, I think this course should be taught in schools. I think it's so important to understand how your mind works and the strategies you have that work for you, as well as the strategies that you have that limit you, and how you can actually change those so that you can move forwards in your life. And so many people have lots of things blocking them, and at the unconscious level, things they tell themselves, stories they tell themselves due to experiences they've had in their life. And with the NLP and the timeline therapy and the coaching, we can get rid of that. We can eliminate that, so you can actually move forwards and get what you want out of life. So yeah, if you don't want to do the course, but I think you'd be mad not to.
and you, although you're not a trainer of NLP, you're a master practitioner of NLP. So this isn't just something that you talk to people about. You've been through the process, you've been through practitioner, you've been through the master practitioner course, and you use that in your own life as well, don't you?
Oh my God, every day. I did my master practitioner back in 2008. 2008, that's like donkey's years ago, but still every single day I use the tools and techniques that I learned on these courses. The practitioner course literally turned my life around. I was going in this direction, and 180, I'm going back in the same direction I came from to make the change, well, having made the changes to actually put things in place to then move forwards. I mean, literally, I was in Australia and I was wanting to stay in Australia, and I was offered a job in Australia, and I said no to this job, saying no, because of the course, I've realized that actually I need to go home and do this, and this before I can move forwards to go where I want to go to. So practitioner was literally life-changing, and then master practitioner it just blows your mind.
It does, it blows your mind, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
can't, it's very difficult to actually describe the personal transformations that people can get, because they're so varied. But all we can teach is we've been through it. We've had those personal transformations. Lorna knows where I was when I first started my practitioner course, and believe me, I was miles away from where I am now.
You were doing something completely different, weren't you?
Yeah, I was teaching dance. My body was broken. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't happy. Now, bounce out of bed, love what I do every day.
Yay!
I love it.
It's the same for me. You know, as I say, I've been in this industry now since 2006. Actually working in this industry, and you know, promoting NLP courses, promoting this way of life, promoting happiness, freedom. You know, you can do what you want, you can have what you want. You just got to get over the stuff that you're telling yourself, that you probably don't even realize you're telling yourself. And I literally, over all these years, these decades now, I set myself goals and I achieve them. I set myself the next goal and I achieve them. And I keep up leveling my life, and it's exciting, and it feels limitless. It feels like I can do and be whatever I want, you know. So that's the beauty of NLP and everything that we're doing, everything.
So why do people give you a call? Why do people say, Lorna, I'm interested in the NLP practitioner course? What are the reasons behind it?
Gosh, there's so many different reasons why people come onto NLP courses, and whether they admit it or not, everybody is coming on for their own personal development. Whether they're coming on board as I don't know, somebody who wants to get more management skills, or you know, go up the career ladder in the corporate environment, for example. Whether let's say they're a trainer who wants to broaden their repertoire. Whether they are a therapist or a wannabe therapist or coach, or somebody who wants to set up their own business and coaching, or there's a lot of mental health stuff going on around at the moment. And there's a lot of people out there who are going, you know what, I want to help other people. So their reason, you know, they'll be coming on the course for those reasons, to learn how to help other people. But yeah, essentially everybody's coming on board for their own personal development. You will go through your personal development on this program. Absolutely. So yeah, lots and lots of different reasons. We have sports coaches, fitness instructors, we have, you know, yoga teachers, we have holistic therapists, we have trainers, we have management consultants, we have CEOs,
you name it.
directors. You know, it's across the board. And the beauty of this course is that everybody comes in and everybody is at the same level. You know, you might have a director of a company on one course with a yoga teacher. They're the same level, because you know, everyone, just people. We're human. We're human.
We're human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. And the people we do get on these courses are just lovely, aren't they? I think it's the sort of people we attract. Yeah, I think it's the type of course that obviously that a certain type of person comes on board with. But yeah, it's a lovely bunch of people.
I think one of the things that I love is that the delegates on each course, they all support each other. It's not just Steve and I that are giving them support. It becomes that ripple effect where they all bond very closely. You know, I'm still in touch with a couple of people that I did my practitioner with.
Exactly.
And we have these WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
And you see years later, they're still messaging on the WhatsApp groups. I'm doing this. What are you doing? How can I help? People form
Absolutely.
relationships and bond together and even work together afterwards, which is
Yeah.
great.
You go through a lot together on those 7 days. You know, you see each other change, and you see those aha moments and those
Yeah,
breakthroughs, and you know, you see the changes, you know, you see literally all the physical changes in people. You see people sort of become brighter and sitting up straight and happier and, you know, freer, you know,
absolutely.
on throughout the course of the 7 days. So yeah, and it's brilliant that everyone stays in touch. It's brilliant because, you know, I mean, you guys do as well, don't you? That
Yeah,
as trainers,
yeah.
you know,
It's,
we all
we
keep in touch.
always say Steve and I aren't just for an NLP course. It's a bit like getting a puppy for Christmas. We're for life.
Yeah,
So if you do one of our courses and you want to call us up 5 years from now, we'll be on the phone saying, "Oh my God, it's so lovely to hear from you. How can I help?"
exactly. And same here, to be honest with you. In fact, we've had just one lady actually inquire with us this morning who did a course with us years and years ago. One of the first people that Steve trained, I believe.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and she'd come back and she said it's taken this long to organize the next course, but I've been wanting to do this forever. So, you know, she
Oh,
and
lovely.
it was so nice when Steve saw her inquiry come through. He was literally straight on a message to me saying, "This lady did one of my very first courses." So I was like,
Oh,
"Steve says hi."
oh, that's lovely. That's
Yeah, it's
lovely.
cool. It's cool. Well, I think once you're on board, you're part of the family, if you like.
Yeah.
And what I love hearing is like another previous delegate literally texted me, was it yesterday morning, saying I've recommended you to somebody else because you are the best in the country, or something like that. You are by far the best in the UK. So I was like, that's right, that's true.
Oh, it is true. But it's
Yeah,
lovely to hear that from one of our delegates, isn't it?
always, always.
Now, I've just talked about the support the delegates give each other and that Steve and I give them, but actually, I remember when I did my practitioner, there's a little test that you have to do before a practitioner, isn't there?
Don't
And I,
panic.
yeah, it's a very, very small test.
Yes.
But I hadn't studied for a long, long time when I did practitioner. And I was still very much in that kind of perfectionist mindset where I had to have it perfect, I had to know everything. And of course, I hadn't done the course yet. So I knew a little bit from doing the pre course study. But I can remember phoning you up and saying, "Lorna, I don't get this question. I don't know where to even start looking for this." And you were like, "It's fine. You calmed me down in about a nanosecond." And you didn't give me the answer, but you pointed me in the right direction so I could find it for myself, which was really empowering.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm absolutely there. I mean, that when people hear there's a pre-course study test to complete, some people go, like, puts the fear of God up them. And I always say it's an open book test.
Yeah,
We
dead
just
easy.
You're going to copy directly from the book and the manual, transcribe from the audios. You're just demonstrating you've covered the materials before coming on the program. You don't even need to understand what you're typing out at this point. You just demonstrating. It is an open book, and I am there to support. And as you say, you know, I know the materials inside out. So, you know, at the very worst case scenario, the least I can do is direct you to the right area of your manual to
Yeah.
find your answers. And actually, the beauty of that pre-course study material is it does shake you up a little bit. It's designed to kind of confuse you a bit and to sort of shake up the unconscious, and that's basically the precursor to learning. A little bit of confusion really helps to, you know, you prepare, because the next stage from confusion is enlightenment, of course.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. So yeah, no, I'm absolutely here on the end of the phone for anybody who's going through that test. Um, we should call it something else. Just the
Yeah.
process, the process.
Yeah, the process.
Yeah,
That sounds much better, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's important the language that we use, isn't it?
yeah. And any questions along the way, you know, it's I quite often giggle though when somebody calls me up really stressed out about the test, and I go, they go, I'm really confused, and I'm like, that's perfect. You're in the perfect
You're meant to
place.
be.
It's doing its job. It's a bit cruel, but it is all part of the process. And you know, it's once you've got that out of the way, the rest of it, basically you're putting everything into practice what you've learned in theory. It's a really, really hands-on course. And that again is the beauty of it. Once you get that out of the way, you're just focusing on doing and you know, developing.
Absolutely. It's all about that journey that you're taking,
Mm.
and being supported and held all the way through. That's one of the reasons why we have 2 trainers on every program. We keep the numbers low. We have 2 trainers on every program, and we will hold your hand the whole way through.
That's why we're one of the best, you know.
Yeah.
But
So
because
if
you
someone,
get 2 for the price of 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
if someone wants to have a conversation with you, wants to talk about what is this NLP stuff all about, what could it do for me, how do they get in touch with you?
They basically go onto the website. They alongside all the courses, there's an inquire now button that'll take you to another option where you can either book a Zoom call with me or book a telephone call with me. My diary comes up and you can, you know, pick a time that suits you as well, or you can literally just try me on my mobile phone. My number's on is my number on the website? It doesn't matter.
I think so, yeah.
There is a number on the website. If you call that, if it doesn't come straight through to me, there'll be somebody at the other end of the phone to take your message, and I will call you back as soon as possible. Or you can just fill in a contact form, and just request information. If it's just email information that you're wanting to start off with, I've got a lot of information that I can send you. I've got very comprehensive information that I can send to you with you know, little tasters, links to tasters as well in there. So yeah, it's all there. It's all on the website that you can just press inquire now and it comes through to me.
Fantastic. Lorna, thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon to join us on the podcast. It's great to have you here. So that's the end of this episode of our podcast, and we shall see you next time. Take care.